watching AppleTechBeast.
This is AppleTechBeast with my full review of the SteelSeries Rival gaming mouse. This is an optical sensor in this, and it is really good. So I will talk about the design first. So let's talk about the design. So as you can see on the outside, it's got this sort of matte black rubberized sort of plastic finish, and then you've got the variable DPI button on the top. You've got the scroll wheel, which has a click function, and then it feels really nice, but I'll talk about that in a sec. On the sides, you've got these rubberized sort of pads to stop it slipping out your hand and sliding around. The buttons are really nice as well. I'll talk about them in a second as well. And then you've got the SteelSeries logo, which lights up 16.8, I think it is, 16.8 million colours using the SteelSeries Engine 3 software. There's an LED in that, and then there's also an LED in this scroll wheel. So you can also light that up in 16.8 million different colours, which is really cool. The overall sort of design is really simplistic. It's really sort of clean. There aren't too many buttons on it. Oh yeah, and on the left-hand side where your thumb is, there's a forward and backwards button as well. So one sort of bad thing about the design is the fact that it hasn't got a braided cable. Now, its competitor, the Razer Death Adder, does have a braided cable, and I feel that that's sort of a bit of an annoying thing about the mouse, because it's a really nice quality cable. It doesn't feel like it's going to be any worse off than a braided cable, like it's going to fail anytime soon. But just for a mouse of this price, I'd like to have a braided cable, because it just feels better, and it looks better in my opinion, because with this rubbery sort of cable, you get like scuffs on it, and it looks sort of messy after a while. But yeah, the cable is nice and long though, and then the USB at the end, it's not even, well, it's not gold plated, which isn't actually necessary, I suppose, but it'd be nice to have that as well. But yeah, you've just got the SteelSeries logo on the end of it, and then it's got the thing to stop it fraying as well, which is always nice to see. It's just a nice mouse to sort of, it just works. It does what it's meant to do. It looks really cool, and then there are some really nice things that it has as well, which I'll talk about now. So the buttons, the actual, yeah, the actual buttons, they're rated for 30 million clicks, which is higher than any other gaming mouse on the market, apparently. Well, most of the gaming mouse on the market, higher than the Razer Death Adder. I don't know whether it actually technically is, but the Razer Death Adder isn't very good at all when compared to this, like how long it lasts. I don't think Razer's quality control is very good at all. And so the mouse buttons on the Razer Death Adder, I can't speak, and so the mouse buttons on the Razer Death Adder break quite a lot. I've seen that on many reviews, and the SteelSeries ones feel really nice. They're not going to break, they're not going to do anything bad, and they're rated for 30 million clicks, like I just said, so they are going to last quite a long time. So the LED effect on the actual logo at the bottom of the mouse there, it's really even. So with quite a few LED effects on mice, it's not like an even effect. You get like a really like strong, vivid point where the actual LED is, and then the rest is sort of just fading out, and it looks a bit messy. But with this, it looks really clean, really nice. Some people might like more buttons and more lights and more features, like I sort of mentioned. But like I said, I don't really mind not having those sort of things, because I don't really use them. I wouldn't use them. I don't even really use the 2 extra buttons that they have on here. So yeah, I'm not bothered by that, but some people may be. The SteelSeries little nameplate, or the swappable nameplate at the back of the mouse at the bottom, I think that's a bit of a gimmick. I don't use that, and I haven't touched it once. I've just sort of put the SteelSeries one in there and forgotten about it, and they say that you can put your own name in there, laser engrave it or something. I don't think that's really a thing people would do. It might be, I might be wrong, but I think it's just sort of an added unnecessary feature. It could even add price, so just either forget about it or put something like swappable weights in there. That quite a few mice have, because it is a light mouse. I actually like it. I wouldn't change the weight, but some people, like I keep saying, some people like some things, some people don't. Some people like heavier mice, and so a weight thing in the bottom would be a lot more useful than a nameplate that you can swap out. I don't really think it's necessary. So as I briefly mentioned, to customise all the different things on this mouse, like the DPI and the LED lighting effects, you have to use the SteelSeries Engine 3 software. My experience with it has been really good. It's really good software, really simple, and you can manage every single one of your SteelSeries devices from one program. So yeah, I really like that. You can just change all the LEDs, you can have like a little pulsing effect, you can have it go through all the different colours of the 16.8 million different colours. Yeah, it's really good, this software. Unlike Razer's, once again. Razer's software isn't very good apparently, it just doesn't work properly. So yeah, SteelSeries wins once again. But personally, I wouldn't actually change the DPI and that sort of thing from the software. In fact, I don't. I just changed it using the DPI thing on the mouse itself. I don't know why you'd want to go into the software unless you were really... Like, you can change the sensitivity and the acceleration rate, the deceleration rate. I don't even know what it even really does. And the sensor is so good. I'll read some of these things out to you. I don't know what they mean, but it can have up to 6,500 CPI and down to 1 millisecond of customizable response time, apparently meaning with zero lag. It also delivers zero acceleration and the ability to reach movement speeds of up to 200 inches per second at 50 grams of acceleration. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's really good, and it is, because it's an optical mouse, it's an optical sensor, sorry. Probably the best thing about the mouse, because the one thing I don't like is the fact that I think it's a claw grip. Like a claw, like that, like where you sort of have your hand off the mouse and you just use your fingers. I think that's how it works. I think I'm a palm grip. I haven't really thought about it before, but after getting this mouse to review, I've realised that this must be a claw grip, because when trying to use it like by putting your palm on like that, it doesn't feel comfortable at all, which I was a bit sort of shocked about. I was a bit annoyed about when I first got it, but I've got used to it, and now it is the most comfortable mouse I've ever used once again. So yeah, if you're not that type, if you're not a claw grip type of person, then maybe this isn't for you, but I'm not quite sure on that. I haven't checked, I haven't looked anyway, but I think it must be, because it's kind of like it's round, it goes up quite a bit, and the mice I've used before, they're quite flat, so it's claw grip style. So that felt like a bit of a disjointed review. I don't know whether it was, but yeah, overall it's a very, very good mouse. It is the best mouse I've ever used. It's really good build quality, the buttons feel amazing and really satisfying to click. The finish is really, really good. Apparently it's got like an anti-sweat coating. It does work. If that's actually a thing, it definitely does work. It's got a bit dark now, sorry about that. The one thing about the finish is that it doesn't really pick up fingerprints, but you can kind of see like a change in the finish, like a shininess where your fingers have been, which isn't very good. You might be able to sort of wipe it off, but it does look a bit messy. It's nowhere near as bad as some mice though, some finishes on products, but yeah, it's not even really wiping off. It's sort of the grease from your fingers. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about the finish, but it is just very, very good mouse. Like, it's really comfortable, it works really well, the sensor's amazing, the buttons are amazing, the LEDs look really cool, and as I've said, if you like more buttons and more features and weight, customization, and that sort of thing, then you're going to have to look elsewhere. But other than that, it's a very, very good mouse. Now, in the UK, it's around £45, and in the US, it's around $55, so it's not that expensive. It's just sort of in the middle. But yeah, I'll put links in the description as to where you can buy it on Amazon in your country. But thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then like it. If you didn't, then dislike it, and put what you think about my channel in the description. No, in the comments. And subscribe to see more reviews, unboxings, and gameplay videos and stuff. I'm sweating like mad. It's really hot in here. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I've already said that, I think. But yeah, goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching this video. Can't speak.